Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is the start of a new series where I'm going to be doing the top 5, or my top 5 of each category. And today we're starting off with primers just because it's typically the first step aside from eyebrows. So I guess I technically should have done that first, but whatever. Now these are not in any certain order. These are just my top 5. Granted, disclaimer, I don't have a big makeup collection. If you go watch any of my declutter videos, which I'll link a couple up there and I'll link them all in the description box, you'll see I have a very modest collection to say the least. Yeah, like it's pretty small, but I'm fine with that. But I just wanted to discuss with you guys today my top 5 primers and why they're the top 5. So let's go ahead and get started. First one I'm going to start with is my newest. I've only used this a handful of times and so far so good, but it is my only primer, or the only primer in my collection like this one. It is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I just have like the mini size because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. We'll see how often I reach for this. If I go through it, maybe I will go ahead and buy the full sized. This is one of those primers that gives you a very, very tacky base for your foundation to stick to, and I find that to be incredibly true, which is why I enjoy it. Like I said, I don't have any other primer like that in my collection really. Someone says it has a weird smell. I don't notice a smell. Like, let me pump out like the tiniest bit. Just like the tiniest. I don't notice a smell personally. But anyways, yeah, I really enjoy this. I've tried it with a couple different foundations and so far so good. The only foundation I like really want to try it with that I haven't yet, I don't think, is my ABH Luminous foundation. I love that foundation. It's just not the longest lasting on my skin, so I wonder if this will help. We'll see. All right, this next one is also one of a kind in my collection. I don't own any others like this, but I really enjoy it, and I'm getting close to out of it, so I might need to buy a new one. This is from Wet n Wild. It is their Photo Focus Dewy Primer. I will go ahead and show you what it looks like. Please ignore my hand. I have foundation on my hand. I know it doesn't match, but you know what? Hush. All right, so it looks like this. It is a luminizing, it says dewy, which is definitely true. It gives you just a really nice sheen under the skin for your foundation. Now, it's not going to like moisturize or do anything like that, but I really love the look it gives under a foundation. Now, I will say if you're using a foundation that's too full coverage, for example, the Pure Foreign one is super, super full coverage. You may not peek through that quite as well unless you're using like a lesser amount, so it can really shine through. But I really enjoy it, and for a drugstore option, which 3 out of the 5 of mine are drugstore, I really enjoy this, and I'm probably gonna repurchase. All right, this next one is also a drugstore. This is the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. I also own the original. I feel they do pretty similar things, to be honest. This one mattifies very slightly, nothing crazy, but more than the other one, which is why I just prefer this one over that one. I think they're both great formulas. Obviously, like it says, it's a putty primer, so you kind of just like go in there and like I press it into my pores, and it does a good job of like doing a little bit of blurring, but I feel like it gives my face a nice base for foundation to set on top of and kind of evens things out. And like I said, it does mattify a little bit, which I usually need in my T-zone, specifically like the very center of my forehead and my chin are kind of the first places to get oily and for foundation to slip off of. So yeah, hopefully that Hydro Grip will continue to be good for me for that kind of thing. I'm gonna save my favorite for last, so I guess I do have a favorite, but the rest of these were not in any order. But this next one is the Professional from Benefit. Now, I did get this in a BoxyCharm. This was one of those foundations that like every YouTuber, like a couple of years ago, not so much these days, raved about. Granted, I think it's because some of them were going on brand trips, but whatever. Now, this does a similar thing to my favorite, which is the last one I'll talk about. This is obviously a high-end version, and I kind of think the drugstore option's better, but I do enjoy this. It does do a pretty good job of blurring my pores. This is what it looks like. It's probably not going to do much on my hand, but it's a very smooth primer. Like the texture is very smooth. But I do like this, especially for like a high-end option if I'm doing that kind of video. But it, like I said, it does do a pretty good job at blurring my pores. So this last one, I debated on even putting in this video because I think I heard through the rumor mill, and I think Taylor Wynn might have said something as well. She's actually the reason I bought this, that they don't make this anymore. And if that's true, I'm really sad. Like really sad. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Pore Reducing Primer. It is the pink one. Hey, it's editing me. I looked on their website and it's still available. So I don't know if it's just not being sold in stores anymore. Excuse my hair or what, but it is available on their website. So that's good. This one, I swear to you, blurs my pores like no other. Like they're not gone, obviously, but it does look like I did some like face tuning, legitimately, just a little like smoothing. That's what it looks like. Obviously, like I said, it's pink. I accidentally just squirted out a ton because like it does have this weird, the one thing I don't like about it is like, because it's probably because I lost the cap though, it's probably my fault. It's like this gunky crap, but I just accidentally got a ton out. But it does a fantastic job of blurring, like it's so good. Now I know when I bought this, and that granted I've had it for a couple of years probably, they had a white version. I don't remember what that was, and I don't know if they make that one still either, but I did hear they came out with other primers, I think. Gonna have to do some research and maybe get some of those. But yeah, I really do enjoy this. It does a fantastic job. Now, I don't think it extends the wear time or anything like that on my foundation. It simply blurs my pores and makes my foundation sit on top of my pores much. Okay, so in these videos, I also wanted to throw in like a wish list, just a couple of items for each category that I'm doing. So in this one, a wish list of primers. So I'm gonna pick two. One is going to be one that's already out. It's like a cult favorite that I just haven't tried, you know, one that's kind of hyped up. And then the second one will be a new release. So let's go ahead and we'll talk about those. So the first one, the one that is like a cult favorite that everyone raves about, or at least has raved about, it is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. Now they do have a couple versions of this, but this is the Backlight. I think they have one called the First Light, and there's a couple others, but I think this is the one that I'm thinking of in my head that a couple people were like, you know, this is like really good. Obviously you don't hear too much about it anymore because so many new things are coming out, but it says that this does have a filter like blur and it diffuses for instant illumination. This is something that I'm super interested in. It has really good reviews, so that is one that is on my wish list. So the newer primer that is on my wish list, I don't know how new it is. It's still the new section of Sephora. So now I will say I've never tried the setting spray version of this, but I really want to try the primer. I'm not the biggest user of setting sprays. I'm more likely to use a primer than I am a setting spray. It is the Urban Decay All Nighter primer, which their setting spray version of it is like a cult favorite, but the primer is new. And like I said, I'm more likely to use a primer than a setting spray, so this is something I'm interested in because I'm always looking for something to extend the longevity of my foundation. It has like 4.25 stars on Sephora, so that's really great. And then it is $36 for the full size, which I think the Becca one was also like $36. I'd have to put it on the screen. But yeah, anytime you can like extend the longevity of foundation, I think is great, especially, you know, if you're someone who works so you have long days, or, you know, whatever, you just have an event that you need to go to late at night and you just really need it to last. Not that I'm going anywhere, not that many of us are going anywhere, but I do wear my makeup all day, and I stay up pretty late. Not that I'm going anywhere, like I said, but I would like something, because no matter what primer or foundation I'm using, I do find that by the end of the night my foundation looks pretty shitty, and I think we can fix that. Hopefully that primer could do that. So those are the two that are on my wish list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be doing, like I said, this is a series now, so I'll probably upload one of these once a week. So next will be foundation. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it. I hope you liked the little wish list I threw in there. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It would mean a lot to me and it would help out my channel greatly. And consider subscribing if you liked the video. leave a comment down below of one of your top primers and maybe one on your wish list. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.